Hello, and welcome into my reselling channel, Flippin Hippos. Today's Wednesday, so it's time for some motivation, and today we're going to specifically talk about the midweek slump. I like to refer to my Wednesday videos as the midweek motivation, and there's a reason for that. The middle of the week is usually where resellers start to fall off. They either get discouraged because the week isn't going the way they expected, or you're just losing momentum and speed and energy, right? So you need to reset. Now, before we get into that part of it, I want to reiterate to you guys why work-life balance is so important. If you have a very good balance between your work and your life, you have time every single day outside of work to recharge your batteries, to reset and do things that you enjoy, to relax, to rest, to engage with friends and family, activities and hobbies. And when you come to work each morning, you are reset. Your batteries are charged. That's why it's important to take evenings off or daytime. However you work your schedule, you need to have work time and time off. You need to take at least one day off a week. You'll return to work Monday morning so ready to work. When you take that time to really relax and not work, you are recharging your batteries. And when you come back to work, you're ready to go. You have energy. Most people who find that their energy is waning as the week wears on or as the day wears on don't have good work-life balance, and they aren't taking that time to recharge. So you're just burning the candle at both ends. You're running on low energy. You're burning yourself out, and you're just kind of coming to that wall where you're just like, find your work-life balance, and you won't run into so many midweek slumps. Now, midweek slumps can happen to anybody, even those of us that have good work-life balance. If life has gotten in the way this week and you feel behind, you feel overwhelmed, you feel like you're not where you should be in the middle of the week, you haven't gotten as much listing done as you wanted to do, that can happen to any of us where you just start to feel behind. Maybe you started Monday strong and then something happened on Tuesday. There's a lot of reasons this midweek slump can happen. The big one being not having your work-life balance is something you have control over and you can do something about. But life happening and getting in the way is not so much in our control. So what can you do when you hit this slump in the middle of the week to reset your mindset? And you can use these tools I'm about to talk about with you when you hit any kind of wall or a slump. You could hit it on Thursday. You could hit it on Tuesday afternoon. These tools will help you anytime you hit a slump. But today we're just kind of specifically speaking about the midweek. So if your week isn't going as planned, you haven't done as much as you've wanted, let's say life has gotten in the way, your week is not ruined. You still have all of Thursday, all of Friday, and however much of Wednesday's left after you realize you're in this mood, right? Your week is not ruined. You still have at least 2 full days, if not 2.5 or more. You don't need to catch up. That is a trap that a lot of resellers fall into. And I actually did a video a couple weeks ago about how you're not behind. A lot of resellers get overwhelmed. They think they're behind. They think they need to catch up. And that mentality is just going to stress you out and make you feel super overwhelmed. And when people get stressed out and super overwhelmed, they don't know where to start. And they're just kind of floundering about instead of coming in at it with a plan of attack and good processes and routines. So you don't need to catch up. Your week is not ruined. You just need to restart small. You're one good day away from turning the entire week around. In fact, you're one good hour away. You can do so much in an hour if you really put your mind to it. It's Wednesday afternoon, you're tired, you feel overwhelmed, and you go photograph for a solid hour and get a whole bunch of stuff done, you're going to feel better and you're going to turn your whole week around. So make it easy. Just restart small. Photograph for an hour. Photograph for a half hour. List 5 items. Send offers. Pick one area and organize it. Pack and ship if you have orders ready already for the day. You don't have to fix everything. You don't have to go back and fix Monday and fix Tuesday. You don't have to catch up. You just have to move forward by choosing one simple task to work on to turn that corner and change your mindset. You don't need a perfect week every week. You don't need a perfect day every day. Every hour of the day does not have to be perfect. You just need a consistent pattern over time. You need to have routines, processes, and systems, and a consistent pattern over time, most of the time. And then occasionally when life happens or you're just not feeling it, your business will be okay. Progress beats perfection every single time. Choosing one small task to work on to get over the hump is the best thing you can do. Instead of waiting to feel motivated, overthinking, or letting one bad day turn into a bad week, just choose one thing to work on. We're not all going to be motivated all of the time. And sometimes you just have to say to yourself, I'm not motivated, but I'm going to go list 5 things. I've been having a rough week and I'm not feeling it, but I'm going to go photograph for a half an hour. Sometimes you just have to do it when you don't feel it. Motivation is not something that's going to be there all the time, but good routines and processes will be there all the time to keep you going and keep you working when you're not motivated. Motivation follows action. Action does not always follow motivation. So your inventory is still here, still waiting on you. You've done harder things in your life, I'm sure, than listing on a day that you don't feel like it. That's not the hardest thing any of us are ever going to do in our lives, is to pick ourselves up by our bootstraps and go list something or photograph something when we're not feeling like it. We can do it. Your inventory's over there. Hello, come work on me. And you remember what I told you before? Do something today that future you will thank you for. Future you will be glad that you didn't let a midweek slump put you even further behind, so that on Thursday, Friday, you have even more just overwhelming, I'm so behind. So just do stuff. It's not the hardest thing we're ever going to do in our lives, to make ourselves work when we don't feel like it. That's why we have routines and processes, because they keep us going. So think to yourself, what am I going to do today, even when I don't feel like it? Just because Monday and Tuesday were, doesn't mean the rest of the week has to be. There's 5 days in a week. One bad day, one bad hour of one bad day, one bad minute, one bad feedback, one bad comment, one bad message, one bad, 2 bad, 3 bad, anything does not have to ruin 5 whole days. Take a minute to deal with it and then move on. We should not be allowing 5 days, a whole week, to be ruined by something that happened Monday, right? So go get to work. Seriously. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about anything you saw in this video or reselling in general, let me know. And hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Helps me feed hungry hippos. If you have requests for tutorials or anything you'd like me to teach, or requests for a motivational topic, comments are there. I like to hear from you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.